Okay, it looks like I'm back. It looks like for whatever reason, if I'm streaming and I die, the game would just randomly crash or just lock up until I shut down the stream. Hopefully that doesn't become a normal thing where I have to put up and take down the stream every time I die. Otherwise that'll be really, really annoying. Oh boy. Sad part is for me right now that getting the dog collar, getting the imitation key is probably the hardest part of the run. After that, the run is kind of just me going through motions. It's not really anywhere near as bad as that, because I don't have to worry about any of the trying to fight dogs with weapons that I'm obviously not equipped to handle them with, but still very, very annoying. Thankfully, didn't waste too much time. That was probably only about 6-7 minutes. I guess one way of looking at it is it's better for me to die pretty early in the beginning rather than much later in the run, wasting about an hour of everyone's time. Okay, so right now I'm just going through motions again. It really sucks because one time I was running this game, I got all the way to the laboratory where you had to walk around with the nitroglycerin. I took too many extra runs and I exploded. And I'm pretty sure I was a few steps away from refueling the gas. So I pretty much wasted about an hour, 20 minutes just dying at that particular point. Never happened since though, thank God. Now we're back at Hell's Hallway again. Pick up the golden arrow. There are a couple times where that zombie will not walk past you. He will just stand there, and because of the mirror, it's pretty confusing as to tell which direction he goes. So a lot of times I'm stuck standing there for a couple minutes realizing he's not going to move unless I move closer to him. And then at that point I just realize, oh, I can just run around them. But that happens like once every blue moon. Mashing too hard. Didn't examine the item first. Stair escape, back up these stairs. Pray to God that he's hugging my right side instead of the left. Thank goodness he is. Just run right past them and just head back inside. I swear, when I was practicing this game on the PS3, that dodge would never work. You will always hug the left side, and I will always just end up getting bit. But the 3 times I've had to go through this part, been 3 for 3 so far, so that's actually pretty good for now. Yep, don't have to worry about these dogs crashing through here since we're never going to be coming through here again. Head back outside, get the earth chemical again. Hopefully for the last time this run. Hope I'm not to die again. Now, if I'm actually able to make it past the dogs, you would notice I'm not going to be killing a lot of zombies. That's because I'm going to be saving most of my ammunition for boss fights, such as the snake and Plant 42. Very rarely am I going to kill a couple of hunters or zombies. Whoa, he got around that corner really fast, a lot faster than he usually does. But 9 times out of 10, you're either going to see me use a self-defense item, or as you see here, I'm just going to be running past these zombies. Just so I don't have to bother trying to kill them, because it takes more time to try to kill them than it would for you to just normally run past them. And it would take more time to find, say, ammunition, instead of just, like I said, running past them. Although I will be using a few first aid sprays, since they pretty much allow me to tank extra hits, and I get to save up on self-defense items. See what I mean? He always walks in a different direction every time you enter the room. Sometimes he could be on the other side of the corner, facing the opposite direction, and other times I just can just walk into him like that. Really annoying, but as long as I don't take an extra hit from these dogs, I should be okay. Or get too greedy and try to pick up those green herbs. Let's try this again. Oh no. Got the collar this time, but I'm in caution. But I am not going to get greedy. This time I'm just going to say screw it. Just head on out. When you're in deep caution or in danger, you actually run slower than you would normally on fine. So the last thing you really want to do in a speed run is you get on caution. And if you do get on caution, you want to get out of it as fast as possible. Just like what we're going to do here by picking up this green herb. Something I really didn't want to do, but I don't really have much of a choice. Yes, unlike most other Crimson Head of this game, that one is not based on a timer, but instead, anytime you go in this room to use the imitation key, he will wake up. Regardless of how fast or slow you do it, he will wake up whenever you use the whenever you have the collar and run into this room. So I use this little bad boy, turns to a fake key, and bam. Head on out, and now here's why they call it Hell's Hallway number 2. Now I have to worry about another Crimson, who is also a mover. So he's going to move in a random direction, and I have to pray to God I could dodge him along with 2 other zombies. And they run fast, so I got to tank him. So I don't have to worry about the Elder Crimsons grabbing me from behind and doing more damage. So instead I decided, you know what, I will just stab him with a self-defense item. Especially considering I'm going to be picking one up as soon as I pick up the grenade launcher. Now this is another very, very, very annoying part of the game. Not because of any enemies or puzzles or whatever, but because of the game itself. For whatever reason, the PS3 and the PS4 version will randomly crash around this area. What causes it, I don't know, but it's happened to me more than enough times. And it's funny because it hasn't happened to me until I started the speed run. Usually happens around the time you either pick up the grenade launcher or leave this room. But I see it didn't this time, so I don't have to worry about the game crashing on me for the rest of this run, thank goodness. It's happened to me more than enough times than I care to count, so just thought that I would bring that up. Now we're on our way to save Richard from the giant poisonous snake bite. Normally, in a normal run, you would do this so you fight the snake in the room, do enough damage, and you get the handgun. You get the assault shotgun. Here, we're going to save him on top of getting the mask that you would get from giving the plant the chemical. Now when you leave to go save Richard, there is an invisible endgame timer. I think it's about 5 or 6 minutes you have until Richard dies from the poison. So you actually have to be somewhat quick. Zombie's not gonna crash at the door until I'm down the stairs. Not gonna be a big deal because I'm just going to run right past them all. When you and a zombie are on a different elevation, such as stairs, zombies will not try to grab you. Instead, they'll just try to vomit on you, becoming absolutely worthless. Okay, grab the serum. I'm gonna swap out the knife. Swap up the handgun with the first aid spray and put away the sword key, since I won't be using that key ever again. And if you notice, I haven't used up or down to navigate through the treasure chests. Instead, what I did was use the L and R buttons. I did that for less recovery and so that the menu doesn't scroll. Gonna use the earth chemical. Make the water turn red. And we'll kill the plant. If you turn it, I think green is the color, you will actually kill the plant and the herbs, which in a normal run you don't want to do, since that's free healing items. In the original Resident Evil, the water always turned red. You didn't have the option of turning it red or green, so it was very easy for me to memorize, oh hey, if I just turn it red instead of green, I would never have to worry about killing these herbs. Yeah, those zombies I just ran past through will never be a threat because I'm not... Again, another hallway I won't be ever coming across again. So it's not something I really have to worry about. Now, I'm just going to run back to Richard. Get there as fast as possible and then get the musical notes so I can get the gold emblem. Normally, you could just run through this guy, but since I'm lazy and it's really annoying to do so, I'm just going to shoot him with the grenade launcher, and I don't have to worry about him coming in the next room that I'm going to go into to get the musical notes. This is the one and only time Jill ever has to use a lighter outside of incinerated Crimson Heads. Use a lighter. Push open the shelf. Oh wow, he actually tanked that hit. I was not expecting that. Usually a grenade launcher round would put a zombie on his ass, but I guess he decided, you know what, I'm gonna tank this one. But it's okay, it gave me a reason to use the first aid spray that I would have to use anyway in order for me to pick up the other musical note and the bronze emblem that I'm going to pick up in the dining room. Oh, by the way, for the 3 people that are in here, can you guys hear me well? I'm not sure if I need to turn up the volume on the mic or turn down the game volume. I shouldn't have to turn down the game volume since it's actually pretty quiet for the most part. Okay, that's good. Yeah, the PS4 is actually, like, I'd had to change very little settings for the PS4, and yeah, Moto, like, I didn't have to change much as far as the game volume or the mic, and yeah, it's been very easy and it's been running pretty smooth so far, so I like that. This zombie, not a bad dodge. Run up this corridor 6 times, start mashing back, he will launch after you, and I'll just dodge. Well, I was supposed to dodge, but he kind of just grabbed me into his magnetic arms and I had to use a self-defense item. But usually that dodge isn't that hard to do. I just suck at dodging. Combine the music notes for the Moonlight Sonata, which you'll only hear one note of. There's your one note. Now I'm going to swap out the gold emblem with the bronze emblem. With that same zombie that I grabbed the last time, all I'm going to do is just run right around them. And there you go. Again, not another hard dodge. Usually the zombies that stand still, not very hard to dodge. It's the ones that randomly move around that are pretty hard to work around, especially when a lot of the important dodges you can't exactly see because of the camera angles, so that's always fun. Wow, I am really sucking at this puzzle right now. I think it's because of my Japanese. So bad. Normally, the solution is you put the little hand on the 6, the big hand on the 12, and it matches the puzzle. I mean, it matches the picture that you see on the wall. With the long sword going to the guy's head and the short sword going to the guy's breastplate. But since it's been so long since I've seen those Japanese texts, I completely forgot what they said. But after you do that puzzle, pick up the shield key, which is a one-time use. And now I'm going to fight, quote-unquote, fight the snake. Or its official name, Yawn, which I didn't even know it had an official name until I started speedrunning this game. And the runner started saying his name. I was like, whoa, his name is Yawn. That is a very stupid name for a snake. For this speedrun, I'm not going to do any sort of damage to him. I'm just going to grab the mask and just run. In a normal playthrough, or in a crisp speedrun, if you save Richard and do enough damage to him, you will get Richard's assault shotgun, which in a normal playthrough with Jill is actually really fucking good. And for crisp, it is absolutely necessary. So he can fight Plant 42. This dodge is very easy. You just run between the pillar and the snake, run around the pillar. The snake will never be able to catch up with you because it's too slow and big. And you just walk back out. If you were to happen to get bit by the snake, you will actually pass out in this hallway and Barry will take you to the save room where you got the serum. You don't want to get bit in the speedrun just because it takes so long to get back to where you're supposed to go. And now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to collect the last 2 masks and be on my way to fight the Elder Crimson. Again, another hard dodge because I can't tell where he's going to be. Thankfully, he was on that side, but again, I sort of just became magnetized to his hands. Very annoying. Hitboxes in this game, you would think are pretty forgiving, but they're not. Especially when you meet Lisa Trevor. Her active hitbox frames on her attacks are so active. Like, they're active even during recovery, and it's insane. This puzzle, again, not that hard. The solution is on the wall right above the jewelry box. What you do, you push the armor on the up right, bottom left, bottom right, and then the top left will automatically move itself. If you try to hit the button and you have not cleared the puzzle, you will fill the room with poisonous gas, and that's never fun. Gonna open the jewelry box, get the 3rd mask. Now we're gonna head out this way, head out to another save room, the second of the 3rd save rooms that will ever be in this game. This zombie, pretty annoying to work around, so instead what I do, I play it safe, wait for him to come up these stairs, and he would just try to vomit. Again, useless attack, and I just run right past him. What I'm going to do here now is pick up the first aid spray, put away the lighter. Now we're going to be using that again. And I'm going to pick up the flame rounds for Plant 42. Yeah, Mother, you're absolutely right. This HD remake looks really, really good. And this game, hell, even the 2002 version on the GameCube still looks fucking amazing. I honestly think it's one of the best looking games ever. It looks still, it holds up compared to a lot of PS3 and even early gen PS4 games. So yeah, I agree. HD remake looks really, really good. Comes the first quote-unquote puzzle of the game. You have to match the paintings, colors with whatever Lisa is wearing. So we hit the first switch, turn around the corner, hit the third switch, come back around and hit the second switch. See? And it matches the painting. Hit the final switch and there's the last mask we'll ever be collecting. Now we're on our way to fight Elder Crimson. And I can't pick it up because I have an extra first aid spray. God damn it. Kind of sucks that you have to make space by using first aid sprays that I would normally use as a contingency plan in case I ever got creeping on a caution or danger. Now this boss fight should go by relatively quick if I get my aim right compared to last time where I missed 2 shots. Almost never happens. Now here comes the first boss fight that we're actually going to fight. The Elder Crimson. Usually takes around about 3 or 4 shots with the grenade launcher. I'm going to run towards him, knock him down, run towards his feet, shoot him. 3 hits. Hit him the first time, it'll knock him down. The second shot will hit OTG, and the third shot should put him down. Keyword should, because running this game on the PS3, I've had him tank the third hit, and it would take 1 extra shot. But the PS4 version seems pretty consistent, so it took 3 that time. Again, seems, but I haven't ran the PS4 version a lot. And now we're pretty much done with the mansion for right now. Gonna be heading to the outhouse. Normally I would just use the corner and dodge, but I wanted to waste that grenade launcher so I can reload and have the flame rounds and have more inventory space. I wanted to pick up that first aid, but I guess I was too far away from it and close to the door, but I'll just pick it up on the way back. Not a big deal. Hit it way too soon. I want the dogs to be facing the opposite direction, so the first dog with the red eyes is going to be facing west, and the second dog with the blue eyes will be facing north. Hit it early again. God damn it. Now, if I was playing this game normally, I would have gotten the Magnum by now, but you're going to get a much stronger variation of the Magnum damn near at the end of the game. So, and it takes up way too much time to get the Magnum here. You're doing way too much, so it's not really worth it on a speed run. It takes about 5 extra minutes to get it. Here we are at the outhouse. Only 2 things I'm going to do here is put away the armor key and pick up the crank. Kind of funny that in the original you found the crank on the way to the outhouse, but instead in this version you have to go all the way out to this cabin in the middle of nowhere and get it. Now, this particular dodge is very annoying. What I'm supposed to do is run forward for a couple frames and then walk back and make her attack whiff. But her attack is so active, like I said earlier, that it 9 times out of 10 it always hits me. And that happens. Even though I hit forward, she didn't attack, so that threw off my timings. And the second time I tried to attempt it, I accidentally got a 180 turn, something that you really don't want to do when there's enemies nearby. But since it looked like it didn't do that much damage, as I'm still, and I should be at least cautious, so I should be fine. I shouldn't have to worry about using a first aid spray or green herb. Really don't want to use those unless I get in deep caution or danger. And considering I'm going to be picking up a first aid spray anyway, that hit, outside of taking up maybe a couple seconds. As far as health goes, I'm still really good on health, so I'm fine. Pick up the first aid spray here, and there we go. Now I'm on my way to the outhouse for real this time, or the guard shack. There's dogs in this area, but they won't spawn until after that cutscene. But in this game, since they nerfed the dog's AI and gave them an extra growl set, I could just run right past them and don't have to worry about them for the rest of this game. It's only when you have to get the dog collar that they're really annoying. Man, this game really is gorgeous on the PS4. Playing this game on the PS3 does not do this game justice. Oh my god. Just gonna run past these snakes. Running past through them here, they're harmless for right now, but when I'm on my way back to the mansion the second time, that's when they get dangerous, because then that's where they start biting you and you can potentially get poisoned. First, I'm gonna walk in this room, get the red book, and pick up a combination between a green and blue herb. Use that just as a contingency plan in case I get poisoned, which I probably will since I haven't practiced the snake dodge. And yeah, spiders are another useless enemy. You can just run around. You can just run circles around them. They're not hard to dodge at all. Before I leave this room, I'm going to get the 001 key and then go back into the main hallway. Use that key to get the control room key that I will be using in the aqua ring. This area is probably the most roundabout way of getting one mansion key. It's actually pretty silly when you stop and think about it. The zombies in this area are really slow and they're already on the ground, so they have to waste so much time to get up. And by the time they get up, I'll already be out of this room, so I'm not going to worry about killing them or dodging them. I'm just going to worry about draining this water and getting the control key that I need. This is also the same room where you would get the self-defense gun, which for a weapon that only has one bullet, it's not a bad weapon. It's just you only have one bullet and you can't find any ammunition for it. So in a normal run, you would just use it as a last resort, but in a speed run, I'm not even going to bother with it. Now we're going to work our way down to the aqua wing and get the gallery key. Why is it in the bottom of an aquatic ring? I have no idea. That zombie, as long as you run to his, as long as you keep to his left, he would never grab you. So he's one zombie you don't ever have to worry about coming into this room, but coming out, he does pose as a little bit of a threat. But since I have a self-defense item, I'm probably just gonna tank him. Here, all we're doing is just pushing these three boxes into the water and making a bridge. Unfortunately, there's no real way to skip past this part, so I just gotta push them. Okay, the bootleg box bridge is made. Now into the aquatic ring. Now in this area, all we're just gonna do, we're just gonna run this path, stay on the outer path, and the sharks will, they'll kind of just swim around you, but never to attack you, as long as you stay on this path and hug the rails. I've played this game more times than I care to count, and I think I've only gotten bitten by a shark once. And that's because my very first time I didn't know any better, and I ran the entering instead, so I got bit. This is another, well, not really annoying, but the first couple times this area did bother me. I have to drain the water here, but there is so many switches and panels that you won't even know where to start unless you've done this before.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
What I have to do here is try to pull this lever down, but the first time it will not let me, so instead I have to release the pressure this time.
30% of pressure threshold.
And I have to go over here, hit one of the 3 number switches. It's completely random every time you play this game, so it's not really something you can memorize.
Reaching 50% of pressure threshold.
Alright, Moto.
Activate emergency.
Alright, Moto, see you around.
Immediately.
Now that I got that out of the way, now on our way to get the gallery key. Normally, what you would do is just push the breaker into the water and electrocute it, and you will kill the shark that way. But we're not going to do that. No, we're going to do the shark skip. The shark skip is actually a lot easier than how it looks. It looks hard, but it's really not at all, actually. All you do, hop into the water, run up left, and just run as fast as you can and mash X. When you grab the key, that's how you know you're 100% safe from the shark and he won't bite you. Once you do it right the first time, you will get it right every time. You will never get bitten by them. Now we're gonna head back up to the first floor and be on our way to be one step closer to fighting Plant 42 and getting the helmet key. And see, he's one of the zombies that have push priority, making it a lot harder for me to just run around him. Or run around this hitbox, even in recovery. Well, not that big of a deal. I'll be getting a couple more self-defense items anyway. Now, before I can get the 003 key, I have to take care of these pesky bugs. And use that with the pesticide. Grab the pesticide from the dead corpse. And spray the hive. But of course you can only do that until you get the map. Get the 003 for this room. And now we're gonna use the red book and solve this puzzle. Hopefully as fast as possible. Or as fast as the game allows me to. Now the solution for this puzzle is swap the first book with the fourth book, the second book with the sixth book, and the third book with the seventh book. Once you remember that, very easy. Very, very easy puzzle. I'm gonna speed skate up these stairs, wait for it to open its pellets. Make sure to aim up so the grenade rounds will actually hit them. Get in one last shot the third time before it closes itself. And that's how you quick kill the plant. I think it's a possible way to get the third shot before it starts closing its pellets, but I haven't been able to do it that fast yet. But even then, that was still a pretty good boss fight outside of getting hit. Usually he doesn't swing that early. The plant doesn't swing until after the second hit, or after the first hit, but you're too far away for it to hit you. But now that we got that out of the way, I'm gonna grab the shield key, and now I'm done with this area. I'm gonna make our way back to the Hunter infested mansion and grab the battery. Grab the battery and the 2 medals. That's pretty much the only reason we're going back to this place. Now that we're done with the outhouse, now we get to play dodge the poisonous garnet snakes. There is a particular pattern that you could run, and you could avoid it every time. But since the last time I ran this game, I probably forgot about it, so I'm probably going to get bit. Yep, there's the first bite. But thankfully I didn't get poisoned, so that's a good thing. I think I was supposed to run the inner path to dodge the first snake, and then run the outer path to dodge the second, but luckily I was able to tank the first snake's bite and not get poisoned. I know one of the snakes do have a greater chance of poisoning you, but I haven't gotten poisoned yet while running this game. Gonna pick up this self-defense item and pick up the first aid spray. Barry is actually a really nice guy because he leaves you so many useful items, whereas Rebecca, last I remember, she doesn't do jack shit for you. She kind of just sprays your face with first aid spray and that's about it. Oh, and you can have her make a V-jolt, but whatever. And now here comes the hunter part of the game. Outside of these first two hunters, the rest of the hunters are actually pretty stupid. Just because they spend so much time trying to growl at you instead of attacking you, that by the time you actually run past them, you're already well past them. See? See what I mean? If that hunter really wanted to kill me, he would just been swiping me as soon as I was climbing up the stairs. But since he decided to take his sweet time to growl at me, I was just able to run past him. Oh man, Resident Evil 0. That game. Isn't the HD version of that game supposed to come out, I think, either later this year or early next year? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so early next year. That's not too bad. It's about a few months away. I'm gonna pick up that self-defense item as a contingency in case I get bitten up in Hell's Hallway. The third and final time I'll be running through that place. Thank God. Right now, I'm just gonna run past these spiders. They're pretty harmless for the most part, so I'm not gonna bother wasting any ammunition on these guys. Now, these zombies, I'm going to just play it safe and just kill them, even with the flame rounds, which, well, except him, I didn't expect to run in front of him like that. For him, I could just run right past easily, so not a big deal. I see he's back up, so just take him out with a grenade round. I actually have to wait a little bit because the flames on the zombie has an active hitbox and they can't hurt me. Yeah, I heard of them talking about remaking the second Resident Evil. That would be one I would be a lot more excited about than Zero, to be honest. Resident Evil 0, admittedly, was not one of my favorite Resident Evils, and it's not one I would be in a rush to play again. But if it's on PS3 and PS4, I'll play it one more time and then probably never touch it again. This dodge, we're just gonna run behind the zombie and pick up the battery and the grenade and the acid rounds for Yawn. God damn it. Have to use the first aid spray I didn't want to use. Well, I don't particularly find Zero to be a bad game. It just did a few little stuff that I just didn't like. And I think around that time, Resident Evil 4 was out, and I enjoyed that game a lot more than Zero. Oh. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Well, to be fair, Zero was a Nintendo exclusive. I mean, even when it was first announced, it was announced for the 64. Oh, did it? I thought 0 and 4 came out around the same time. My god, it's been forever. Get in 3 quick shots here. Because of pump canceling the grenade launcher, I was able to get 3 shots before having to climb down the ladder, where usually you can only get 1, maybe 2 before you are pretty dangerously close to taking a hit. Okay, I may have thought it came out around the same time as 4 because I played Resident Evil 0 so late. I'm pretty sure I played it after 4. Now that I have both the battery and the blue book, now I'm going to get the red jewel and use that for the jewelry box puzzle. Run around this room, wait for this eagle to aim its light. Hurry up, grab the red orb. God damn it. Let's use another herb. God damn, I brought too many healing items with me. Yeah, hunters are not very smart in this game. They take forever to attack. The only advantage they have is that they're fast, but clearly not fast enough to catch up to Jill. Now we get the jewelry box and have solved this annoying puzzle. Really, I might have to look back and watch Resident Evil 0 because both games looked really, really good. So at the time, I was hardly able to tell the difference. They looked the same to me. Solve this annoying puzzle. Solve the annoying puzzle and get the emblem key. Now I'm pretty much done with the mansion until I have to come back here to go to the laboratory. I'm just going to go straight to the underground mines. It's not really much to say here since all I'm doing is just backtracking at this point. I'll just run past this hunter because it's not gonna hurt me. No problem. Now I have to worry about these snakes again, when I've completely forgot the pattern I'm supposed to run to avoid them altogether. Fudge. Okay. I'm hoping I don't get poisoned because I really don't feel like running to the outhouse again just to pick up some blue herbs. Oh, thank God I got it right. Even in the GameCube version, now I really want to check it out if it's much more detailed than Jill's. I should probably check that out after I'm done with this run. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Again, just loads of backtracking here before I have to go to the mines. So there's not really much to talk about as far as like strats or anything. It's just simple backtracking. Those dogs never grab me in this area, but I guess they decided to be extra aggressive this run. This dog, I can just run around the fountain and he won't catch me. I could have played it risky and decided to run past him, but I don't think I have the health to really risk it, so I just decided to play it safe. Yeah, like I said earlier, I haven't really been paying attention much to the Resident Evil 0 remake, simply because it's not one of my favorite Resident Evils. Like, I'll probably play it and get it just to say that I have it, but I will most likely never touch it again after I beat it that one time. I mean, because how the last time I beaten it was, the first time I beaten it was back in 2004, 2005. Gonna grab this herb as a contingency in case I get fucked up by this spider here. Hopefully this spider cooperates and I can just run past him. Oh dear God, the snake. I really hate the snake's AI. And the auto-targeting system doesn't help when I want to cut down the webbing, and it said I have to attack the snake. And I accidentally picked up the blue herb when I didn't need to. Great. Pretty sure there's a first aid spray past this rock, so I'm only going to be in caution, or deep caution, for just a little bit. What did I say? I really wasn't even paying attention to myself. And yeah, I meant spiders. Definitely meant spiders. Oh, snakes. God damn it. You are absolutely right. Snakes do not have 8 legs. That they do not. Try my hardest not to activate the spinning panel on the ground, so I have control of Jill throughout this entire puzzle. Here, I can't move it too far, otherwise I get stuck. I think I got it perfect this time. Usually I push it either too far or not far enough. And perfect. Don't have to worry about reorienting the statue, thank goodness. Got the second half of the cylinder, so now I'm gonna go back to the elevator and activate the elevator. But before I do that, I have to run past the Black Tiger again for the second time. This time it should be a lot easier because I can just run behind him. Even better, he'll make his job easy and he just rushes to the middle of the screen, so I don't have to worry about running behind him. Stupid hunters are stupid. They spent less time growling and more time actually attacking. Jill would not have made it past this mansion, but you know, she's the main character and all. Combine the cylinder parts. Enter the combination 4231. And there we go. Actually, if you know how to read Roman numerals, or even the top half of Roman numeral letters, you can see the puzzle solution as soon as you pick up the top cylinder part. And now we're on our way to get the broken rocket launcher. You can, in this area, you can actually force where Lisa spawned by depending on which camera angle you trigger first. Since I triggered that camera angle, I could just run around her now since she won't be next to those stairs. So I could just run for this door pretty safely. As you will see when I exit this room, I'm going to run by the stairs and she will spawn there instead of the little corridor where she spawned the last time. So that's a nice little trick anyone can use in case you don't want to bother having Lisa breathing down your neck. Now we're going to use the other camera angle to spawn Lisa and just run safely back to Barry. See her in shackles and her chain. I don't have to worry about her running back to this door. I'm going to use that trick one more time when I get the broken grenade launcher to spawn her at the first camera angle, so I can just run safely to the door. Just to play it safe. Put this away because I don't need that. Will you take the broken rock? Will you take the broken flamethrower? AKA, would you like to progress in the plot? Yes, I will. Spawn this camera angle right here. Have her walk forward a little bit. Activate the switch. I think I got like 12-15 seconds before I have to pull it again, but I will make it long before then. Since I spawned Lisa at the first camera angle, I didn't have to worry about her guarding the door so I can escape. And God knows when you get hit by Lisa, it fucking hurts. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna avoid that altogether. Pick up the jewelry box. Cancel the quick turn animation to open the menu and get the metal object. And just to play it safe, I will grab this green herb just in case I get hit by Lisa. Normally I don't, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And now more backtracking. Yay. Oops, almost forgot something very important. One time I was practicing this run in the PS3, got all the way to the gate in order to meet Lisa, and I forgot that metal object. And I was like, God damn it. Yeah, just turn on the light, pick up the stone object, or pick up the second object to that, and just head on out. I could pick up that battery for the taser, but I'm not really going to need it since everything after Lisa is just going to die in one shot with Barry's revolver. So self-defense items aren't really going to do me any good when I can just kill everything. And for a few things, because of the nitroglycerin, I have to kill them. So stunning them with the taser won't do me any good anyway. And now to deal with Lisa for the final time. Normally with the rock patterns that I push down, she doesn't bother me, but there has been a couple times where she will take a swing at me. But for the most part, they're pretty harmless. Now to be an asshole, let Barry die. Gonna push the bottom left pillar. Run around Lisa. Push the bottom right. Ah. Oh god. Great. That was close. I'm gonna have to tank these hits. Oh god. That last swing I got really lucky, otherwise I was gonna die. She was not supposed to do that. She was just supposed to harmlessly walk towards me as I pushed down all 4 pillars, and I wasn't supposed to get hit. In danger, but that's not going to be a problem because there's a couple green herbs as soon as I enter the laboratory. I believe when you're in deep caution or in danger, your run speed goes down by 15-20%, as opposed to when you're in yellow caution or fine, where you run normally, where you run somewhat pretty fast. Don't want to do it, but I might have to play it safe and kill one of these zombies, I think. I shouldn't, but you never know. Oh god. Yep. Gonna play it safe. Yeah, I did not want to risk dying to a zombie when I'm so far into the run. Hell, I'm essentially almost done. So, that zombie, since he's in the direct path that I have to walk for the nitroglycerin. But first, before I do that, I have to activate the doors for the 2nd and 3rd floor. Oh, mashing too hard. Login is going to be John. Password is going to be Ada. Don't need a pesky memo in the middle of a laboratory to tell me that. Played this game enough times. And the password will be Cell. This door I don't need a password for. I'm gonna head back up one floor and get the control room key. Passcode 8462. You would normally find that on the getting the filter for the projection screen, or you could just memorize it after playing this game more than enough times. Now we're on our way to get the canister for the nitroglycerin. Dodge that zombie, not a problem. Zombie was just trying to spit at me. Nothing to worry about. This zombie, I'm going to play it safe and kill, even though I can walk past him with the nitroglycerin, but I don't want to risk it. I got enough bullets to kill one more zombie, and then the final bullet is going to be for the tyrant. Now we're on our way for the nitroglycerin. Normally, you would have to walk this specific path the entire way, because if you run with nitroglycerin, you explode. But there's a neat little trick that you can use to where you run a few steps and then walk a few steps, which pretty much bypasses the whole running with nitroglycerin causing you to explode thing. I believe is you run every 3 steps, you walk every 3 steps first, and then you run 3 steps, and you just repeat that until you're able to power up the elevator. Now we have nitroglycerin. 3, 4. I'm actually going to count my steps out loud so you can see exactly what I mean by walk and run. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. If you run too many steps, you will explode and the game will be over. But we're not going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Sounds silly, I know, but it really helps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And now we could power the elevator. And now I don't have to worry about walking and running every 3 steps. Which means we're that much closer to fighting the tyrant. Now, had I not killed those specific monsters to walk that path, I would have gotten hit, and I would have exploded, and this run would have been over. So I had to make sure to kill those specific zombies. And other BOWs. They really, those banshee looking things or whatever they're supposed to be, they really only have one threatening attack, and that's when they're running on the ground and they do a quick slash up to your legs. Other than that, they're very, very easy to avoid. They're pretty worthless. Now we're on our way to fight the final boss of the game. Since this is any percent, I am not going to save Chris, and as you can see, I let Barry die. Skip these next 3 cutscenes. Now it's time for the easiest boss fight in the game. And there's the tyrant. Yes, Barry's 44 is that fucking powerful. It one-shots everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Pretty sure next to the rocket launcher, it's the strongest weapon in the game. There's a reason why the game will not allow you to reload with the magnum bullets that you find throughout the game. That would be too OD. Now we're just gonna use the master key and escape this place. I pretty much killed every zombie that could even be a potential threat, so now I can just run through this area, no problem. We're almost there. We're almost done with this. We're almost done with this game. Would you like to pick up the fuse? Would you like to pick up this game? Would you like to beat this game? Yes. I never really understood why they make you pick up the fuse only to just place it like 10 feet in a hole. pick up the flare, use them, and that's it. This game right here. Let's see what the final time is. I'm guessing an hour 36.
Jill, you did a fine
Yep.
job.
I figured with the few mistakes that I made, I wouldn't be beating my personal best, which is an hour 35 minutes and 18 seconds. I can still very well improve on the time, so probably be running this game again later today after I get something to eat. But I guess for all 5 of you watching, hope you enjoyed the stream, and see you around hopefully in a couple of hours.